We're good. We are good. We are live. Awesome. Hello, everybody. My name is Outlaw, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. Um, a quick heads up. I apologize for any background noise. Much of that is out of my control. Um, Parents want my door to be fucking wide open because I've finally got an AC in my room. But hey, I didn't pay for it. I don't pay for it at all, so can't really complain. But we are finally live. And waiting for 2.8. We're within like 10-15 minutes of it going live. We'll just throw on this stuff? No. That's really that's loud. So I've just recently gone through and made sure everything's working together as I want it when it comes to how the stream is set up. It looks like we get to play. Just as soon as I turn on the music, we get to play. Welcome to Genshin Impact version 2.8, everybody. So our list of plans for tonight is to, first of all, get the Diluc skin. I made sure I had enough Genesis crystals before we went in. Just had to buy another Welcome Moon. Then we're going to be pulling for Kazuha, Descending Spiral Abyss, and if we have the time, we check out the events or the story quest for Kazuha. Don't know if it'll be locked behind the event quest or if it'll be available right off the rip. I got pinged. I shouldn't get pinged. Streamer mode. Stable sounds. There you go. So, let me put out in the Discord that I am live. Let me just check if everything is working.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Game needs to be turned down. Ooh, that's a new button. Alright, cool. Link is working. Close that. So what does this bring us to? Takes us to this little web page inside of the game. Cool. Noted. Purchase. Red Dead of Night. Wow. I already can notice the attention to detail. Hold on the little buckle on the wrist. That way it's properly tightened. Fine. First 5-star skin. Rip Primo Gems. Rip Genesis Crystals, I mean. Nothing new there. Let's see. Mail. 600 Primos. What are the notices? Update summary, okay. Jesus Christ.
Time to ruffle a few feathers.
Nothing said there.
Well then, let's go and root out the danger lurking in the shadows.
Like, is it even fitting to have these wings on? Like, should I go to like these? Or hell, even the Liyue ones? No, they're not even red enough. Those work. Those not really. These are kind of... feel like you get the special wings. We'll talk about this one here in a little bit. We gotta pull Kazuha first. Oh, this is... Oh! Oh, wow. Okay, 2 new tabs on the handbook. How much do I have cleared already just by simply existing? I have it all cleared already. I will... Nice. Alright.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this
F4.
Once there was a glorious
Just gotta clear all the notifications. Just saying. And get our login.
How greedy of me.
What's in here? Story quests. Oh yeah, I haven't done hers yet. I guess we can run straight through to Kazuha's quest. Not gonna run it though. We'll just unlock that one. Playing the key. It's still gonna give us a flag. I'm not gonna bother with grabbing it. Saw another streamer make that fatal mistake. Shit. I should note that I will not be pulling for Freedom Sword on this one. I normally don't pull for the weapon banners, mainly because I'm more character oriented, and especially with 3.0 around the corner, I do not want to miss out on the opportunity of having a 5-star Dendro character right off the rip. So yeah, will not be pulling for the weapon for that reason alone. However, pity should be like 49, if I remember correctly. Seven, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I have 47 pity. 47 pity. 57. See if we can get Heijo. Another Rust. Thanks, game. They'll have a good chance for another 4-star. That chance is been obliterated. Alright. 67. No early 5 stars. Fuck. It's right off the rip. $68. This will give us another 4-star. Hey, finally got Toma. Now we're missing one more. 49. Or not 49, 69. Nice. 70. Want to round out that number. 80. Fuck. They're hanging us out to dry. 90. Or 80. 90. This is within 90. We're close to hard pity. Hey, we win the 50-50. We win these. Another Toma. Can we please get Heijo? Hey, let's go. We can skip. There's no way. There's no way. There is no way. I was not expecting that. I win 50-50 2 times in a row? Huh? What? I am... Oh my lord. Fucking goddamn it. Oh god. I'm shaky as I'm typing that. What the fuck? Oh my god. I never would think that I would get a constellation for any limited 5-star. There's no limited 5-star that I want to get constellations for. Except for one. That's Xiao. But I want C6 on him. But there's no way that I thought I was gonna get a constellation. And we end with 69 star glitter. Nice. Oh my god. Do I just like leave this account? Like, does this account just get set off to the side? Like, I never touch it again because I will never get that lucky ever again? Holy shit.
As a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Oh, wow. His entire fucking shit changed. I didn't notice that, but... Hey, sure. Oh, yeah, I got C1. So, let's look at what constellation you are now. C3? Toma is C1. I did not pre-farm Hasia, so he will not be built for a while.
Bullshit.
However, decreases Chihayaburu's cooldown by 10%, and using his burst resets his skill. I just completely dodged Chi-Chi this time. Holy. Okay. I just... God. I've never... Like, kind of changes his playstyle a little bit. It's fine. Let's just get him leveled up now. So just to state this, I have pre-farmed for Kazuha. He's been pre-farmed for a couple of weeks now. I want 3 of these and 4 of these. Holy, I need to drink some
Sound
water.
of snow, is it?
Oh. Now I just like have no excuse to not like to not beat. I don't know. I'm completely fumbling myself like no.
The waves.
Oh. This is gonna take a hot minute. So Yelan rerun when? Holy. You're fucking with me. Well, this spot worked. May Kazuha's friend rest in peace, but holy shit. Holy. I mean, you got a few pulls here real quick. I don't know where I'm at on pity for this one, if I'm close to a 4-star or not. So I'm probably not. Uh... Shit. So let's, like, not talk about Kazuha for a moment. Let's talk about, why the fuck do I have Ayaka on my account? Well, as it turns out, I pulled, or wait, I think I already talked about no wait, I didn't. I didn't talk about it. That was in the fucking, 2.7 Archon quest when I did it. I still have it recorded. I have it recorded in as a single or as two like large segments of the quest. I just haven't gotten through to editing it all together. I need some more of these. Damn. Kazuha, where
A
you at?
blade embraces its duty.
Yeah, I ended up picking up like just before her banner ended. And spent a good while building her up. I have her set with a 4-piece Blizzard kit. And that's one of her best kits because her burst just does a shit ton of damage if your enemies can stay in one spot. So Blizzard Strider just simply makes sense. I'll show off her build here right now. 53 196 with 130 energy recharge about. I have her on an attack goblet. That's just all I have that's good for her. But I mean, you can't really pass that up. No, that one isn't. I'll swap between this one here that's on Chongyun if I need some more energy recharge. Otherwise, this provides just more overall damage. Yeah. Overall kit is pretty good. Have her on a black sword. It's just simpler, you don't have to worry about snapshotting her burst with Blackcliff so much. So I'd probably get more overall damage if I swapped to Blackcliff. Even with it, only giving me a total of 20% crit rate, 25% crit rate overall. But I get, like, how much crit rate? 40% from the fucking 4-piece set bonus alone. And from the 2 cryo units, you get another 15. So what? That's on its own 55% crit. So that bumps you up to like 75-80% crit rate overall if you just have 25% crit rate on her. Like it's just nuts.
Just a little more often.
I went with something that's a little bit more guaranteed, a little bit more consistent, and just as fun. Nothing really too insane about it. And yeah. Fucking hell. So what if I still be kind of national base? We just run this.
Let's go.
Still sounds the same. We're not gonna run. We're not gonna run back on this one because I really didn't get her much for any reason other than like probably one of the most beloved characters, just to really say I have her. Anyways, we gotta get back to this shit.
As one try.
Level 90. Elemental Mastery. Sword and... Alright. Where's the shit? all the artifacts that I have farmed for Kazuha is on Sayu, so yeah, made things a little bit easier on myself. It's sort by elemental mastery. Whip. 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 So, energy recharge 150. Don't think that actually is enough. Especially with having C1, like, that helps with energy recharge overall. Just elemental skill burst, then back to skill again. Like, that's just an easy... Like, I don't need as much energy recharge. Yo, the fucking sound. Hold up. We're gonna go out here. We're gonna mute the music. We're gonna bump up the volume. That sound good? It does. Music. Sound effects volume. Hold on. You guys probably can't hear it as well as I do. So we'll just do it for you guys. Damn. Alright. Back to normalcy. Alright. Holy. Hey. Well, shit. Like, this has been more eventful and yet uneventful at the same time. Oh, that's right. I just remembered. I have, like, one other new character. We're just gonna equip him to the party. Yes.
I'm on the case.
That is a really long hold. I haven't really checked out his kit. What's his kit? Okay, that's just normal attacks. Hold. He's neat, but I don't think I will build him anytime soon. I'm gonna be completely honest. He's cool and all, but I'm just a collector. No. Alright. So I guess it's time for step 2. Continue on with our plan. and we descend the spiral abyss. Just a story quest thing. Wait, what? You new voice? Hold up.
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy. Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move. Every course of action has its risks. Be careful. I don't need an umbrella, but you can use one if you need. Rain. If only you could Listen. As long as you stick to your... Some use the wind's whistling to drown out the sound of their crimes. Every course of action has its risks. Be careful.
It just sounds like the
Let's take a
microphone's
moment.
better.
Every course of action. Flames, purge! Lay waste to the wicked! Dawn, break forth! We'll need more where that came from.
Alright, cool. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, oh, we gotta swap to the different one. Which? Alright. Oh, I ought to mention last thing. Before I get people to ask me about the recent news and trailer and whatnot, yeah, I'm aware. I'm very much aware. When the trailer dropped, I had just made myself some mac and cheese, so I sit down, bowl full of mac and cheese, and I just hit play. It was hard for me to eat my food because I was just surprised by everything. Yeah. Plasma field generated at the edge. Holy character hit by a lightning strike once every 5 seconds. Electro damage. Okay. Oh, cool. We get to look. So, Hydro Abyss Mage, it's going to be the biggest pain in my ass. Wooden Shield Wall, Mighty Churl is also going to be a pain in the ass. Hill Churl Suitors are also going to be a bit of a pain because I'll need to get them grouped together. But I think on this one, I can run Venti and get away with it. This one might be a little bit trickier. See what Chamber 2 has. Treasure Hoarders, Fatui Skirmishers. Frost Arm Lava Churl, Stonehide Lava Churl, and need a breaker on that one. So we could run D-Luke. Run D-Luke on the first half. I'll probably just head out the fucking gate swinging, though. I have two very strong teams now. I have two very strong teams with variations within them, so I can accommodate better. So, Chamber 2, this first half's going to be a bit of a pain. Man, that one's a pain in the ass. The first half is just a pain in the ass. Because part of me thinks, oh, I'll be fine if I run, say, my Shao team, which is Jean, Albedo, Zhongli, and Shao. And that's a strong team. But I mean, they give us. Well, they don't give us a lot of time. They give us a lot of time here. They don't give us a lot of time here. You only get, what, 3 minutes total? And it's probably the most pain in the ass. Second half's fucking dead easy. Alright. And we can still check out opponent's details. So, let's say we run Raiden National? Raiden National first half? Because then we'll just be really covered there. Second half. I know. Oh, wait. That's right. Like, Bennett and Xianling are super strong in like 90% they're in. Or they're strong and they're in like 70% of the teams. So I gotta work around that. And I guess I could just Unga Bunga it. Unga Bunga the shields and run this. So first half we won't need Kazuha. Unless I want to swap out Raiden for Kazuha? Would that be beneficial? Necessarily no. I mean, maybe for the Geochanter. I think I'll be able to kill them easily enough. Oh, let's run it. Yeah. We'll run it. This one can be changed. Be slightly different, and we can run a variation where we drop Xianling and Raiden for Kazuha and D-Luke. Then we'll have our Geo Breaker. We'll just have to prioritize the Cryo Gunner. Or not Cryo, but Hydro Gunner. We can worry about everybody else later. This one we have to prioritize the Electro Hammer and Geochanter. A really tricky one. But we'll be given enough time, I think. It's mainly the second floor. Or second chamber. Crit rate, crit damage. Higher attack but lower defense. effective for the whole floor. We'll take higher crit overall.
Everybody stand! Let me weave you a verse. Eat this! Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered! At the frying pan! Rain cutter! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Oh, fuck me.
You're toast! Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down! Time to act. Know my sword! Body and let's light it up! Nice and spicy! Illusion shattered!
There we go. First half easy.
Wind, hear me!
I will have order. Stabilize.
Evil conquering. Worthless. Here. Here. Worthless.
There we go. First 3-star. Let's keep this momentum going. Now, this is where I thought I'm gonna be a little bit a little bit on the tricky side. I mean, do we go for more crit? Yeah, we go for more crit. More crit equals more damage.
Everybody stand back! Witness the power of Kazuha! Eat this! Torn to oblivion! There is no escape! Teamwork is dreamwork! Let me weave you a verse.
I should have paid more attention. I could have just bopped him with an elemental skill. Alright, cool.
Solidify. Order guide you.
Barbados, guide us.
Useless. Disappear. Here. Worthless. Here.
Suffocate.
Useless. Burst forth. Moments of birth.
I shouldn't have done that.
Gather. This is order.
Wind, hear me.
Alright. That was an easy. Chamber 2. Elemental Mastery higher. We'll take that.
Rain outlines your fate. Rain, everybody stand back! Let... Now you shall perish! Shine down!
There we go. Easy melt.
Solidified! Live! Witness my great
Ah, great.
undertaking! Come into being!
Barbados, guide us.
Evil conquering! Here! Worthless! Here!
Oh, they're tanky motherfuckers.
Worthless!
Go as one.
Live! Stabilized!
There we go. Floor 9 cleared. Perfect. Alright. Floor 10. Should have probably just tried hitting continue. Alright. It's 150 primos. Nice. Some decent bit of Mora. Alright. Leader amongst the floor. Challenge in this floor. Increase elemental and physical resistance by 10 each. Or like, be every 12. Scoring 5. Alright, what is our enemies? Stonehide Laurel Troll is the big one to point out, but you can usually still retain a lot of the damage through its armor, so we'll be able to get through that decently. Hydro Gunner is going to be our focus. May need a pyro character. Abyss. Fuck me. So the second half's just gonna rail me. Especially with the Abyss Herald. Like, I know it's... Oh, I didn't notice the Abyss Lecter. Okay. Okay. Noted. So, what if we try... doing a funny on second half? There's Kazuha. Do we want consistency or damage? I think we can get away with consistency, but we can try damage. Run Morgana. We're gonna run Morgana. Actually, hold up. If we can infuse Hydro, then there won't be any need for Xingqiu. I don't know. Actually, we'll just go consistency more or less. Run a Morgana type esque comp. Run a freeze comp on Ayaka. First half. The Elector is going to be a bit of a pain. I think I can work around her. Or not her, but him. I don't know. Let's say we run... Bennett? Oh, shit. We're adjusting second half. Here's Ayaka. Here she is. We're adjusting second half. We're running Mona. Pain in the ass to work around, but kind of want to run this comp here. Pretty strong one if you can work with its kinks. Or if you can work with primarily this, I think we'll be better off running this, but it may change to a melt. Or not a melt. Or, yeah, it'll change to a melt comp centered around Kazuha and Ganyu. Ganyu's not very well built, but she's good enough that I'm confident to run her for all this. Kind of the same boat I am in with Healy. We'll run this. Floor 10. Attack. We don't need healing. Not yet, at least.
Teamwork is drill. Time for takeoff. Here, what?
Dawn, break forth!
Let me weave you a verse. Huh? Rain outlines.
Lay waste to the wicked!
I'm going in. I wouldn't think you can get away. Rain cutter. Let's light it up.
There we go. Kind of a pain in the ass.
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds are...
Whirling snow. Kami-Satomote. Sumetsu. Diana special. Next. Think you can bully me? Fate is upon you. Take flight. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Yeah. Embrace the ice.
There we go. Bit of a pain in the ass, but we can work through it. We're clearing in a minute 30 total, give or take. Healing effectiveness, higher elemental skill, and burst cooldown lowered by 20%. Wasn't necessarily a problem, so we can run higher
We
attack.
go. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Dawn, break forth!
Yahoo! Witness the power.
Oh god, come on. Oh no, 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 no.
Brace yourself. Time for takeoff. I'm going in.
Lay waste to the wicked! Damn you!
Teamwork is dreamwork. Rain cutter. Time to rain outlines your fate.
Flames, purge!
Think you can get away? Everybody stand back!
That was a mistake.
Flames, purge!
There you go. That was kind of messy.
Shadows of fate!
As one with wind and clouds.
My apologies!
Can't handle your drink. Huh? Yeah.
Decided by destiny! Kamisato art! Sometsu! Over here!
Should probably focus on this dude.
Whirling snow!
Wind strider. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Written in the stars! Delved into destiny!
Look at you, Boozle.
All right. So far, so good. Chamber 3, higher energy recharge could help in Team 2, so we'll run that.
Would it gliding be faster? Witness the power of Kazuha! Yeah. I let my guard down.
Oh god.
Let's play. Time for takeoff.
I'm going in! Know my soul! Let me lead you.
Flames, purge!
Everybody stand back! Let rain outlines your fate.
Yahoo!
Rain cutter!
Dawn, break forth!
There we go. I wasn't paying attention much to the time, but it felt good.
Let me scout.
One with nature.
Take flight!
As one with wind and cloud. Into the wind.
Pew pew. Scratch.
Whirling snow!
Diana special.
Sakura swirl! Shadows of fate! Decided by destiny! Take flight!
Shake it ass, stir.
One with nature.
Whirling snow!
Look at you, Boozle.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Take flight!
Come on.
Kamisato art! Sometsu!
Good. Easy. So far, that's 2 down. What if we continue? Okay, cool. We don't get kicked out. Or we don't get thrown in. Okay, this is a crowd control one. So... Crowd control. Bushi second half. I know what I'm running for on the second half. It'll be a wonderful melt comp with Ganyu and Kazuha. She's going to be strong. So the first half, rock, cryo. This one could be very, very, very tricky. Because it is a... whatever you call it. I've got that backwards. Second... Yeah, I do have that backwards. First of all, Venti needs to be on this team. And now we can run this team, a variation of my Shao team, because of the, mainly because of all the Geo, the one I can do this a lot easier. Not ideal, but should be able to get the job done. Elemental burst damage, effectiveness. Well, I'm not going to have much healing on this team.
Time to go. Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds come into being.
I will have order. Gather.
Lament. Worthless. Here. Worthless. Here. Worthless. Worthless. Here. The wind knows me. Live!
Stabilize. Order guide you.
Boring! Disappear! Worthless! Worthless!
Crumble.
Boring!
There we go.
Think you can get away?
Teamwork is dreamwork! You're toast! At the right kid!
There's more! The wrong test subject. Finally, I get the fairy. No. Let's get down to business.
I'm going in! Let's light it up! Let's play! Time for takeoff. Gooba, get them! Access denied.
Boom! Finally, I to the fairy. Let me try my fluid.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Eat this!
Should replace my hammer. This will end you.
There we go. All right. I just noticed Chris's comment. True. All right, we'll take this one, but first, take a small break. Alright. Let's get through this. First half. 300 seconds challenged. Oh. Good.
One with nature, as one with wind and cloud. Burst forth.
This is order.
Useless. Evil conquering. Worthless.
Yeah, as I'm playing,
Worthless.
say this, I changed my Zhongli build from less of a shield bot to more of an
Prepare to die, fool.
retry. That was terrible timing. Attack.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Then, feel this ancient power.
Solidify. I will have order.
For it, lament. Here. Worthless. Worthless. Come into being. Moment of birth.
Order guide you.
Clouds high. The birds call. Disappear. Worthless. Here.
There we go.
Everybody stand back! Think you can get away? Yahoo! Nice and spicy! No touching!
This late I went too far.
Where are you? Let's light it up! Teamwork is strength! You're toast! Booba, get...
Alright, continue. So far, so good. Elemental burst damage higher.
Into the wind.
Stabilize. I will have order.
This is gonna be a very tricky
One
one.
with wind and cloud. The wind knows me. Useless. Evil conquering.
This is order.
Clouds high. The birds call. Into the wind. Burst forth.
Gather.
Boring.
Oh god.
Order guide you.
Lament. Worthless. Here. Worthless. Here.
Yes! Yeah, lives. Oh boy.
Time for takeoff.
Alright, fuck you too.
Stand back! Access denied.
Ow.
I can fix this.
I can't be that fucking reckless.
I'm going in. Let's light it up.
Ow.
Nice and spicy.
Attacks way too fast.
Born of ice and frost. Everybody stand back! Think you can get away? Brace yourself! Come on! No touching! Eat this! Access denied.
There we go. I was a little trickier, but was able to get it done. Alright, floor 12, chamber 1. Going a little bit more smoothly than what I was expecting. And that's why. Magu Kenki. Special Mechanical Ray, Ruins. I mean, second half is fairly easy to work around. It's the first half that I'm probably going to have the biggest issues with. Ice Shield Wall. Primordial Bismal Bishop Hatchling. I guess we'll just run Raiden National or a variant to thereof. We'll just set them there. See what we gotta work with on the first half. Yeah, I definitely want some form of crowd control. So Kazuha is definitely in on this team. He's got some of the best crowd control as far as when it comes to large enemies. I can't really get away with... What if I run this variation? I mean, it seems somewhat smart. But then I can just do that and do way more damage. So we'll do my fucking 2 of my strongest teams. Wish I had some form of healing on this team up here, but hey, if you can get away with it, you can get away with it. If my characters are low on health, then I'm fucked. Okay, good.
The wind knows me. Falling leaves adorn my night. Live, witness my great undertaking. This is.
I forgot to do that.
Disappear. Here. Worthless. Here. Boring. Burst forth. Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature. I will have order. Evil conquering. Here. 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 The wind knows it. As one with wind and cloud. Live. This is order. Solidified. One with nature. Disappear. Worthless. Worthless. Here. Worthless.
Come on, anytime.
Here. Worthless. That hurt. The wind knows it. Clouds high. The birds come. Burst forth. Gather. Boring.
There we go. If I have at least a minute, I'll be good. But not too sure.
I'm going in. Let's light it up. Hey, yeah. Nice and spicy. No, my sword. Let me weave you a verse. Torn to oblivion. Everybody stand back. Eat this. I'm the president. Huh? Witness the power of Kazuha. No, my soul. Inazuma shines eternal.
There we go. Easy. Ooh, first half's a little rough. I could almost, like, instead of using... Like, I could swap around... Fuck. That was just not a good set of cards.
I will have order. One with nature. Live! Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud. Lament! Worthless! Here! Worthless! 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 Burst forth! Solidify! The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Come into being. This is order. Useless. Disappear. Here. Worthless. 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 Gather. Live. Clouds high. The birds call. Useless. Lament. Here. Worthless.
Come on. There we go. Out of water on that. Alright.
Illusion shattered.
Come on.
I'm going in. You're toast. Guba, get the... Let me weave you a verse. Huh? No, my sword. Now you shall perish. Everybody stand back. At the frying pan, into the fire. Eat this. Rain cutter. Rain outlines your fate. Body and the... Torn to oblivion. Shine down.
Come on. Come on.
Illusion shot. I'm going in. Ow. Huh? Witness the power of Kazuha. Huh? Nice and spicy. Shine down. Inazuma shines eternal. Transcend all constraints. Illusion shot. You're toast. Everybody stand back. Let's light
Come
up.
on! Fuck. I just needed a couple more seconds. Alright. We can run that for the second half.
Time begun. One with nature. Burst forth. Solidify. Order guide you. Into the wind. Falling leaves. Adorn my night. Disappear. Here. Here. Worthless. Here. Worthless. This is order. Quake. One with nature. Feel this ancient power. Clouds high. The birds call. Useless. Gather. Lament. Worthless. Worthless. Here. Worthless. Here. Worthless.
There we go.
Off we go.
Gave myself even more time.
There is no escape. Teamwork is dreamwork. Let me weave you a verse. Know my sword.
Out of the frying pan.
Shine down. Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered. Everybody stand back. Let's witness the power of Kazuha. Rain outlines your fate.
Nice and spicy.
Inazuma shines eternal. There is no escape. Shine down. I'm going in.
Okay.
Flame cutter. Know my sword.
Eat this.
Now you shall
This
perish.
is going a lot better. There we go. Chamber 2. Done. We got one more chamber. That'll be the first 36-star Abyss clear, hopefully. Enemies are going to be hella hard, though. Elemental Resonance. Or Resistance. More damage.
The wind knows it. As one with wind and cloud. Live! I will have order. Rise! Solidify! Evil conquering!
Oh, I just had to fight these two? They're tanky, but I can deal with it.
Here! Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds come. Order guide you.
There we go. First half done. Second half, we got a perpetual mechanical array, and I can clear this one easily.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's witness the power of Kazuha.
At least
Rain
I hope.
outlines your fate. Know my sword.
Out of the frying pan.
Illusion shattered. Let's light it up.
Boba, get them.
There is no escape. Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter. I'm going in.
Nice and spicy.
Torn to oblivion.
Boba, get them.
Let me weave you a verse. Know my sword. Teamwork is dreamwork. Inazuma shines eternal. Let's light it up. I'm going in. Rain cutter. Rain outlines your fate. Now
Come
you
on.
shall perish. Shine down.
Come on. Oh, son of a bitch. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Everybody stand back! Witness the power of Kazuha. Know my soul. Rain outlines your...
There is no escape.
You're toast!
Inazuma shines eternal.
Let's go! Let's go! We've done it! 36-star clear. Holy shit. Fucking A. First time clearing Abyss. First time 36-star clearing Abyss. Jesus. Well, now that I know I can do it. Holy.
Take a moment to rest and plan.
See what dumb fucking bullshit that we got. Get. Defense with only 1 crit damage. Nope. Nope. Oh, didn't check it. Which one? Alright, nothing really good. Nothing worthwhile. Alright.
Our next move.
Holy. Hey, we were able to use everyone that I wanted to use. But fucking finally, though. Where is it at? Complete Borrow Abyss 5-3 without taking any damage. Yeah, we can do that later. Oh boy. No. Got Kazuha story quest. Quick. Maybe we can start recording this one. And yeah, let's just go ahead and do this one. Theoretically, it shouldn't be connected to the chasm like Yalan should be. We can run that for a moment. Let's get dailies done. Let's do that. Fuck, dude. Did not think I'd be able to get away with that through its entirety. Like running Kazuha on my Xiao team is really risky. But overall, Kazuha's just got some of the best crowd control with his elemental skill. Holy. So, let's throw this back onto national team now.
Just sharpen my spear.
First Iona yet. Fuck it. that up. Wait, I can just do this.
What's our objective?
This is fine. This team totally makes sense.
One with nature.
Oh, I'm kind of stupid. Dressing room. We need to put Luma glider on him. We put Leo glider on him. You know what I forgot to do? You know what I just forgot to do? You see what I forgot to do? Oh no. I have everything that I need to do this. Why didn't I do this? Yep. No wonder it was a bit of a pain in the ass. I wasn't doing any damage. I mean, I mainly used him as a crowd control and element spreader. What? A C1 Mona? I'm sorry, I was just dying.
Yeah, I know.
I was getting C1 Kazuha man. He plays a little leaf kazoo. We're just gonna run this real quick. I'm stupid. I know this is Kazuha, but the thing is I'm still in damage do mode. I'm still doing damage according to my brain. Anyways, yoink. Aim at the inanimate object, not the enemies.
Dodge, break forth.
Into the wind.
Think you can bully me? Sketch! Look at you, Boozle!
Dodge, break forth.
Bonk. Oh, that's right. They changed that. They made it better so that items stack on each other. See, I don't really pay attention much to the notes, but I do pay attention to the Beaks community. Beaks community, where they data mine information that's already available in the game. That's what I'll call it.
One with nature.
My apologies!
Dodge, break forth.
And they just made Diluc a badass.
As one with wind and cloud.
I'm a rock! Diana Special!
Race to the wicked!
Dead. Long distance love. Here we are with Godwin wanting me to fucking take his love letter to whoever the fuck. That one. Very calm and peaceful. Been recording like the last 8 minutes. I can cut that out.
The Kamisato clan once suffered a major blow when we failed to protect a swordsmith of national significance. We were harassed by the Fatui. We lost many of our people, and we received a great deal of criticism. It all aged Father greatly, and severely damaged the Kamisato clan's standing within the shogunate. Brother has worked tirelessly to reverse the trend since he assumed leadership. But although our clan's position is now restored, and the Yashiro Commission is unified once more, we still rely on Brother to make the decisions on all matters of any importance.
I'd forgotten that little tidbit of
Huh. How can I smash all these training dummies at once?
you be Kazuha.
So that's how to do it.
That's how you do that. You just become Kazuha.
Time to go.
Add Astro. Thank you for.
Oh. I've already pulled. I'm waiting for Tainari and Kole. Huh? No. I am not going to pull. I'm getting Tainari and Kale. I will be getting the 2 Dendro kills. Hopefully, if they're on the same banner. Even then, that doesn't fucking guarantee a 4-star. Okay. It's been an hour. Let's check how the history's done. Cause wow, that was gonna be right on poll number 90 in that whole string. But that's +5, that's 7. I even got Heijo in the same 10 poll. Like, that was just a stacked fucking poll. Alright. I'll be inputting that all into the fucking Paimon site. That was like the craziest occurrence I had. Okay. That's right. We're gonna blast through Kazuha story quest. Because we've been waiting for this one. So, like... Oh, that's right. I forgot to stop by a crafting table to get Kazuha all leveled up completely. So, these, we need 30. Oh, how many of these do we need? 90. Now, 77, let's make 58. These. Got 4 extra on that one. Now I only need 2. Boom. Calculated. Alright, rip in peace my Mora. 30. Alright. Another wood sith. Like, if I could have gotten an alley, it would have been. Ah, one more. Just one more. Okay. I really gotta stop here. No! No! Got a weapon that was worthless to me. And a few witses. I'm not doing machine gun official build. Nope. Three witses. A lot of weapons. I'll figure out what I want to do later. Okay, now we gotta fucking wait until Kainari and Kalei. I really can't be doing that. And I'm kind of hoping that they'll be on the same banner. I know that after I was done pulling with pulling for Ayaka, I was at around like 2-3 grand.
First set foot on Inazuma. So many things have happened since then. Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey. So, where should we go today? Huh? What's up? Hey, what the heck was that for? Doesn't want to talk, huh? All right, let's convince him to calm down a little.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
So you don't have a vision after all. Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them. No, wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha? He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision. That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
What the heck is this guy's
Fuck is
problem?
that guy?
Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real nutcase. Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha. Right? Paimon has a feeling, though, that even if this guy gets to challenge Kazuha to a duel, he won't be able to beat him. Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go fight Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back. Oh? What kind of hunch? A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other? Yeah, maybe a little. really prove anything. Anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so we won't get into any danger. Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there.
Alright, this is an oddly convenient slash inconvenient spot, but be right back. Just really, Mike. Now we carry on. I hope that by turning down my frame rate from 60 to 30, too much of an issue on the viewer's experience. Just hoping to reduce the amount of, not necessarily stuttering, but inconsistencies, really.
Hey! Hello? Do you know where Kazuha is?
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all. Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha. If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention. Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
Oh, so you still don't know what he did?
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
That's...
Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be? Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryou Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable. Thank you! Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryou Commission.
All right then. I'll just stay here and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
So nothing really there either. Yeah, I guess that's why people are kind of talking about him, though. He blocked the Muso no Hitotachi. You can't... no one's ever done that. Or at least lived to tell the tale. Afterwards, if they block it, well, the next hit, well, they're dead.
Oh? It's you.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name. Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed? In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil.
One moment. Alright.
We later learned that the
A
whole
little cold in here.
misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun and the Shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice. With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaidaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end. You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the Shogunate.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaidahara Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
Not really, no. I mean, we've seen in the manga with Diluc using a vision, or not a vision, but using a delusion in the manga, Diluc didn't really have any issues, at least not any long-standing issues afterwards, as well as many of the Fatui Harbingers really aren't taking too big of a toll And I wouldn't imagine. I mean, I no. It's only when child turns into his fucking foul legacy transformation, which isn't his delusion. It's another art that he does. So yeah, delusions, if used correctly, don't have any long-standing effects. Not even for a single hit.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing!
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me? No, this puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaedahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
All the more reason to watch your back! This guy was a serious nutcase.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked him, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
Let's get his ass.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
Oh no, didn't want to do that. Oh.
Wind Strider!
Hey there! We'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaedahara Kazuha, we mean.
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaedehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaedehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions? Of mora? Whoa! Oh, wait, even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it. Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaedehara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual? The Tenryou Commission had very few leads, and I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
That does make sense. Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now. I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me. For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaedehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to gather whatever leads I can for you. Oh, actually, there was one strange incident over the last few days. It doesn't involve an attack, though. Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During times like this, the more information we have, the better.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Him.
Amenoma. Now there's a familiar name.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy. 2 grown men going missing at the same time. Their cases are likely connected, but I don't know much in the way of details. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma Smithy.
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
Well, it's gotta be Togo looking for. Not Togo, but
if it isn't
nephew.
Kazuha, what brings you here today?
Huh? You two know each other?
Yes, The Kaedahara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the two clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects. Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori Festival.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of different branches of the same art. As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life. As for the art of the Kaedahara clan, I believe it's called the Ishin art.
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner. You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedahara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan. But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryo Commission, but I haven't heard anything back so far. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it, but I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift. I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse, and neither of them came back. Yes, strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind, so nobody knows what really happened.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up. He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality. He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind of person. He is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
Is that so?
Yes. If there's one thing I
Something's
can
not
say
adding
for
up.
certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, It's equally out of character for him to just disappear, with neither farewell nor fair warning. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced, or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me. Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
This is a name not heard.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now. My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him. Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Uh-oh, what happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance. I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him, but making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Whoa!
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family? Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
I see. I understand. Amenome Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price. But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation than meets the eye. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period. But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument. This situation is getting a little confusing.
A little confusing? More like completely mystifying.
You and I haven't figured out the
Let's try
details.
a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone... Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
Argument during the sale. Fire deliberately used to hide the truth.
An interesting explanation. I was also considering this possibility. Amenoma Yuya is an expert on swords. He could have noticed some problematic details about Mr. Nagato's collectibles. Maybe he recognized a blade as a fake, or a well-known stolen item. Either way, after arguing about it, the two men agreed to hide the truth of this matter. They thought a fire would destroy everything. But then the Tenryo Commission began investigating and uncovered some incriminating details, so they fled to protect their secrets. But it's a far-fetched theory. I can't imagine how they would have been able to reach an agreement. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there? Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
Let's keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay, but where should we go now?
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Alright. Another break. And we are back
So this is
to
a
the
day in the
quest.
life of the traveler.
What's it called?
Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami. Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
it's an underground warehouse.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place, but the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely. Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time. From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside. If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
Yeah, she's not wrong.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us!
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy source left this place. 2 ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them. Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you too will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
Perhaps. Are you? Yo.
From this point, the trail appears to split into 2. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here and seems to be dissipating slowly. Quite possibly. Let's search the area.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls! They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look. One with nature. It's...
Ugh! Look at this red stuff! What is it?
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look.
Kept up. Edge.
According to this letter, a conflict arose. Yuya started the fire that
Damn it.
destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us. Whatever traces there may have been of his fate
That's
beyond
dark.
after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here. Yes, right now we need to uncover some more important truths. If Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Right, so let's get moving.
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected, it seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait, you figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
Yeah.
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
I mean, it's already pretty obvious that our attacker is Yuya. Fuck.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time. Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before! What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenoma Yuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Amenoma Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa, whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sale as a means to affect, or rather as a means to occupy, Amenoma Yuya's body.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams. As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me.
Yeah, here's the problem though, bud. The dude left because he was scared shitless because, well, essentially an Archon without a Gnosis showed up and handed everybody their asses, so... Yeah, he was definitely going... The dude was definitely going to leave. And abandon all he remembered, basically.
He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
So, swords can become conscious and control people?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
Ah, so Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful!
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you, and by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun. Kaedehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body over to me!
Not gonna happen. Why?
Into the wind!
We shall rewrite history!
Take flight!
One with nature! Time to go!
Flames, purge!
Embrace the ice!
Pew-pew! Can't handle your drink.
The wind knows it.
My apologies!
Yeah!
Clouds high. The birds call!
Dead.
Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will. The end result is the same! I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger! And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure. By any means necessary, and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Aminome Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right! Paimon remembers now! Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Aminome Yuya and make your escape.
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal!
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life. Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
You...
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you.
Not
Once
really,
we
no.
have dealt with them,
Yeah.
we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the Blade's puppet. The Cursed Blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
But even so...
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me. We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too. Now, take me in your hand.
Kazuha?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected. I will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Wait a minute! Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild. Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
Ah, all right. Please lead the way.
What about Amenoma Yuya? What should we do with him?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a pretty treacherous journey. Okay, fine. Just be careful.
I have some ESO vibes right now. Stride into battle. Stride into battle with like hundreds of fucking elves behind you. If it's like that with fucking Yuya, I will definitely accept. Fucking earlier, my parents came in to tell me, hey, I need to cycle off my AC and switch over to a fan. So I did that. Well, I cycle off the AC, I put in a fan, and I'm noticing that, you know, I've got some lights that are on, plugged into the wall, and they're kind of, you know, they're surging up. They're surging under load, under power load, so it's like, I have to turn off my AC, but you in the other room with an AC, you get to leave yours on. Yeah. And I understand, I understand my dad having his right to his house and whatnot, and right to his money, but it's like, I will say this, I have the hottest room in the house. Last night it was warm. I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably just gonna turn it back on later. Just turn it really low. Turn it on later if the room's not cooled down enough. Oh! Alright. We are thrown into this. Prized Ishin blade. When a normal charged or plunging attack hits an opponent, it will release an accursed spirit, dealing AoE damage equal to 180% of attack, storing 100% attack as HP. Attack can be used triggered once every 8 seconds. Damage done by the weapon's wielder is decreased by 50%. That's terrible. Why is it so bad?
Leave everything on this journey to me.
Lucky day.
Into the wind. One with nature.
To the fairy.
The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud. One with nature.
First of all, I want to see the constellation, alright, and attributes. He's really just weak in build. And it's elemental mastery based too. I think it's got a bunch of elemental mastery, but it's just not that good.
You okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going.
I have a feeling that it's changed. Nope. In here.
What a lucky day.
It's fine. Into the wind.
See no more. Boom.
One with nature.
Let's get
Fallen
down to
winds,
business.
adorn my night. Into the wind.
To the fairy.
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
But what would that do to Amanome Yuya?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
Anything else? No. 8-11-8.
Time to go.
Wait, yeah, check around for chests. Hold up. Alright, no thumbs done.
Time to go.
Man, that must be one hell of an ambush.
One with nature. The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud. One with nature.
I'm ready.
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? What the? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk!
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
There they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from? Yup, we can help this time.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade.
Damn it!
It's just more of the same.
You're gonna have me forced to use this shit?
Let's get down to business. Into the wind. One with nature. Time to go. The wind moves. Clouds high. The birds call.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry, from here on I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
Who's the imposter? Oh. Anything?
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension.
Oh, hey, there's a chest over here.
It was somewhere I've never been. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were warped by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Shame it's too late now.
Yes, it is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numb the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Amenoma Yuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Amenoma Yuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. The next in a long line of transgressions. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. You must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryo Commission.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
Need to grab this before I fucking forget. Alright. Wonderful, precious chest to finish it off. Remember in the live stream that there was a point where Kazuha was forging a blade. I wonder when that cutscene comes in. Or maybe even reforging the Ishin blade that we're using now. All right. Unk.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Blade hasn't told us everything. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for him. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin art, Kaedahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art, Amenome Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
There's something different about this. No? Nope, it's just...
Time to go. It's fine. Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud. One with nature. Into the wind.
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness, nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedahara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes, I too trust Mr. Kaedahara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go there for?
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
We'll teleport up here.
Wind Strider.
Oh, it's Yuya! You have returned!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
A prized Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji, from the Bantan Sango Detective Agency, tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Really? Is he okay?
Yes, badly wounded, but he will live. And now that Yuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
What? No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
Guess there's nothing we can say to change your mind, huh?
Nope.
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
Cutscene time.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Damn.
Rest in peace.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them. I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation. And it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
I still don't get the blade. Maybe in this? No. This will be the first time a 4-star any weapon of any sort has been guaranteed. In terms of between 4 and 5-star rarity weapons. 3-star rarity weapons, you can get those out of fucking chests. So.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanoma Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please, take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well, I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
Very nice. Nice. We do get to keep the weapon. Does it have any... Does it have any refinements available, or is it just a permanent 4-star weapon? Permanent 4-star weapon. Refinement rank 1 locked. Oh, it'll whip up a hewing gale, dealing AoE damage to 100%, 180% of attack, and increasing attack by 50% for 8 seconds. Effect can be triggered once every 8 seconds. Interesting. What? That seems to be all for tonight. This stream. Man, that was decent. That quest was decent. It's definitely not one of the best ones. Definitely not among the worst. It's not average. It's not average. So it was definitely a good quest that, you know, I say fits Kazuha. You know, his overall style, his overall what am I looking for? It's escaping me, but yeah, the quest fits him. Like it just simply does. We're gonna do this real quick. That just looks nice. Hold up. Just noticed there's a small sound that's made when swinging. It's only that one. Only that weapon. Neat. See, I would lose out on 165 elemental mastery as well as just that really good passive. But that just looks nice. It's really neat. That's all we can really say about this quest. We got Kazuha. I got C1 Kazuha, which is really nice. If I can get artifacts to have less overall energy recharge, maybe? Like, I could get away with easily 130 energy recharge. This would be a very good kit because C1 is very strong. I mean, I'm just surprised. I'm surprised that I got that. You know, to get 2 5 stars on the same banner. I'm rambling. I am definitely rambling. Holy shit. Yeah, that's really isn't much else to say about the game. Other than, or not much to say about the quest. So yeah, I'll end recording. And now we're back onto stream. Who knows? I'll turn this into a recording as well. Might be good for updating and whatnot. So we've done a few updates on some of the streaming aspects. The first thing is probably the most notable thing about the stream, and it'll be continued like this for a long time until I'm able to upgrade my rig. My PC just cannot handle both playing games like Genshin Impact and various others that I may have playing down the line. Playing those games at 60 frames a second at least. You know, and at the same time streaming or recording at 60 frames a second. So I've turned down the recording frame rate to 30 frames a second. I've done it once before. I've done it once before with the YouTube recording that I did. Nothing really came of it because I really didn't enjoy playing that particular mod pack. Though if you want to see some of the progress, you can go to NG Crispy's channel. He's got some of the progress in live streams. I don't like music. We'll travel here. But yeah, first thing to take note of is that I turned down the quality from 60 frames to 30 frames. Otherwise, the overall, quality, the bit rate, 1080p, it's still the same, though at a lower frame rate. But it really shouldn't be too hard to watch. I know I don't have any issues watching things at 30 frames per second for the simple fact of older generation consoles playing Grand Theft Auto was an obvious example of 30 frames a second at 1080p. Another thing is that I went ahead and revamped things on my end to kind of update my inputs, my macros and whatnot. That way I can change swiftly from scene to scene. And also this time around, I experimented with something. Primarily my overlay. My overlay is slightly smaller than what it used to be. So this was the old one. I felt it took up way too much space on the screen and didn't really showcase what was happening in the games all that often. And because I play Genshin Impact for its story, I enjoy the storytelling of this game. I want to still have the storytelling be part of the focus, but my reaction to still be seen in these videos and live streams. So we'll have a slightly smaller webcam and chat box for now. And I did check in full screen. It works fine. It works fine in full screen mode. Should be fine if looking in the if you're on the YouTube website on desktop in the theater mode, it should be fine. Like it should just all be, there shouldn't really be any issues with the size overall. So wish I could have caught that a little bit sooner, but whatever. Whoa. Okay, that's just his vision. Or lack thereof. I'm gonna talk about this a little bit more here in a couple of minutes after I'm done with this spiel. Another thing that I'm testing out on the stream is, instead of doing an overall display capture, I'm doing a game capture. I will be able to switch fairly seamlessly between a display capture and the game capture. It's just so that you guys can only see what is happening on my game, while I can, tab out. You guys still see what's on the game, but I can tab out and check a few things, or, search up something, and then maybe I can switch it back over to a display, to the display capture. Really don't have much else afterwards. That's really all of my updates here. Thank you guys for obliterating the 58 subscriber goal here a while back. It was, I think it was broken after I did my 2.8.
Be careful.
That's new. I just want to thank you all for, hitting 58 subscribers, hitting 60 subscribers. We're now at 66 subscribers, and I cannot thank you enough for continuing to support me and keeping my interest a little bit more into this. I don't care, D-Luke. But yeah, thank you all. Thank you to all the new subscribers and existing subscribers for enjoying the content. Really do appreciate it. Nothing else much to say about that. So that little segment is done. And now we talk about Genshin, stream exclusive. Little update on the account. As you of course know, I've picked up Kazuha, C1 Kazuha. Jesus Christ. Went ahead and grabbed D-Luke's new skin. I've adjusted Zhongli's overall kit to be more damage oriented. As you can see, I just recently started working on him. Consistently, he used to do about 22k per burst. Now his damage is essentially doubled, and in Spiral Abyss I saw 55, 60k. So yeah, adjusting him to do a little bit more damage rather than be a shield bot and provide nothing but the passive of his artifacts. As I mentioned earlier, I've worked on getting Ayaka usable. She's got a really good crit ratio for her overall kit in the team comps that I use her in. So
There's a pleasant
not really much to complain about with Ayaka.
breeze and glorious sunshine.
So,
Where shall we go for a walk?
let's see. Don't really want to mess with that Dendroslum. Doesn't want to fuck with me either. Let's see, another one. About the recent news around the Genshin Sumeru stuff. I definitely have some input and takes on it. Banner drops when for all of the Fatui Harbingers. I did not realize that I did not think that they would be that badass. Though I do want to express some slight disappointment about one of the Harbingers. Hold on. Gotta take care of this, bozo.
One with nature. Falling leaves adorn my night.
Look at you, Boozle.
Bye.
The wind knows.
There you go. We need to swap that back out. I'll be running into more enemies. It might be a weapon that I'll fuck with a little bit for the shiggles. Yeah, I was really fucking hyped about the trailer drop. That was insane. And it's definitely looking to be really good.
Whirling snow! Sakura swirl!
Die. Alright, there you go. That's right. Trailer. Yeah, I wasn't expecting the trailer to drop. Nobody was expecting the trailer to drop, and it was definitely a pleasant surprise, and it pointed towards one theory that I'm so glad it's looking to be true. Like, one of my hopes for the Sumeru story was that it was going to be dark. I was hoping that the Sumeru story was going to be dark. And it seems like it is going to be the darkest we've ever had it. The story's ramping up. Like, the story's just ramping up overall, but the Sumeru arc, I thought it had potential to be super fucking dark. And I was hoping that it would be dark, because it's kind of what we got, like the overall vibe that we got from the manga, in which I have read through it all the released chapters, all the unreleased chapters too. Caught a website that had the translations of like the final 3 or 4 chapters that were missing. For for those of you who haven't read the manga yet, read it now before you get to Sumeru. It explains a little bit more about one of the 3 upcoming characters. Fucking...
Into the wind.
I mean, I know
As one with wind and cloud.
that I can just ignore them. We're just gonna ignore them.
Unthinkable.
Ow. I just want to take a stroll around the Liyue. Let's see. But yeah, judging by the Fatui trailer that we got, that's what we're gonna call it now. Judging by the Fatui trailer, it's looking like Sumeru is going to be dark. They're going to give us a little bit more story and a little bit more insight on the research of Archon residue. For the Senora mains out there, y'all are in some deep fucking copium. Because there is still a glimmer of hope. I know it. And it's really just what Toru says near the end about his little experiment in blasphemy. It'd definitely be fucking blasphemy if he were to fucking raise Senora from the dead. And then let's see, Eula, since y'all have some fucking competition on your best waifu at the moment. Your best waifu has some competition because we have dark mode Eula now. Fucking Arlequina looks badass. I'd say Capitano looks really cool too. I mean, it also probably helps that he's like the only faceless character that's genuinely mysterious. Like, all we know of him is that he's just a badass in battle. Damslet is very interesting. She's not gonna really say much about her. She seems very interesting. Let's just say that. I'm very interested to hear her story a little bit more. She seems to have a very interesting story. I can't wait for the Tori, and speaking of the Tori, I had not seen or heard anybody say or talk about this. But please, someone help me validate this. Please, I need some validation or at least some closure on this. Who is the voice actor for the Torre? He should not sound that collected. I thought he was going to sound crazier. Like, maniacal. My sister said maniacal, if I may. I thought he was gonna have a more crazed voice. Like, oh fuck, a character with a voice similar to what I was imagining would be that one dude from Akame ga Kill, English dub. Leader of the Wild Hunt, son of Minister Honest. I cannot remember his name. Not even for the life of me, and I can Google it. Hold up. I can Google it. I can just keep this shit on my screen and keep the game on your guys' screen while I Google shit. Haha. Where's the...
blade embraces its duty. As a
One
jeweler
moment,
cherishes their
everybody.
gems.
I will get closure on this. Alright, that did not...
A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities.
There we go. Characters. Wild Hunt. Siora. Siora. That's his name. I thought he was going to have the voice of Siora.
A blade embraces its duty. As a jeweler
Um,
cherishes their gems.
But clearly not. They decided to go with who I think is Steve Blum or Steve Bloom. I don't know how it's pronounced. My apologies. I thought he sounded like Amon from The Legend of Korra. So it was really interesting to like hear that. It's like, wait, like it makes sense, but it doesn't. Nothing other really of note to mention, other than 3.0 is gonna be fucking lit. I cannot wait for the R Conquest. I'm curious on what the interlude chapter, Winter Night's Lazzo, which is the title of the teaser trailer from Genshin. I'm curious of what a Winter Lights Lazzo is going to actually be, if you know, because it seems to be a completely separate chapter than that of Numeru, but at the same time it fits. Because, you know, I know that the word Lotso and Folly are words that are not necessarily the same, they're not synonyms, but they do have some similarities. Why do I feel that my damage is way lower than what it should be?
Take flight.
My damage feels really low. It's not. Maybe I'm missing some crit rate. That's it. I really don't have any other thoughts or inputs. So, I guess that ends tonight's stream. I will be streaming some more. As far as the 2.7 R Conquest, I still have the recording of that, just haven't gotten to editing it. That's all on me. I don't have an exact time on when I'll get to editing it or whatnot. I'm hoping, you know, next few days, maybe a few weeks. A few weeks will be more realistic. I'm really, like, I used to enjoy editing, but that was on, not really enjoy, but I used to not mind editing my videos. For the simple fact that the PlayStation share room was really simple to use. It was a really simple editor and on PlayStation, so I'll just need to get used to a more robust editing software, because share room is not robust. It's simple but not robust. But yeah, nothing else to say. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content for my channel. I really do appreciate it. We are now officially on the road to 100 subscribers. Thank you all very much for subscribing in the last month. You know, we gained we've gained 7 subscribers from prior to the 2.8 live stream live reaction to now. So yeah, I really can't thank y'all enough for your support. And yeah. Hit the like button, subscribe for more content, hit the notification bell, that way you guys get notified every time I upload or go live. You comment something down below, comment pizza, help get the channel outreach a little bit more, get the activity on this channel a little bit higher, that way we can gain some more audience. Now to shill for my buddies' channels, NTG Sonic and NTG Crispy. Really can't thank them enough. They're really good friends of mine, and I only want to see them grow their platforms. Sonic's been doing some pretty funny videos from the multiple times that we've all played Risk of Rain 2 in our little community Discord, not NTG, but a different community Discord. Shit's funny. You gotta watch it. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.